Habari ma Africa, asante kwa kutanzama King Seso. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the political scientist himself, I'm talking about the Secretary General of the MK political party, Umkhonto Wesizwe, Floyd Shivambu, was in an interview at Newsroom Africa. And I want to pick some points of some of the things he said, because I'm curious to hear what is the stance of the MK political party when it comes to the Trump administration. I want to know, how do they feel about how the Trump administration is treating South Africa with this misinformation that they keep on distributing all the time. I'm saying that because the MK political party was one of those first political parties to congratulate Donald Trump on the winning of the elections and say he's a beacon of hope to the world. Are they still standing on that, or have they changed their tune? Let's talk about that and much more.
Welcome to King Said So, Africa's one land, one language, one currency, one army on King Said So. Africans can unite. Your Pan-Africanist podcast. Enjoy.
Peace in Pan-Africanism to all my African brothers and sisters from all around the world. Welcome back to King Teso. I'm your host, Kahiso Hlongwane Zinjivangwane Sono, and we're back at it again with another one. And this time around, I'm talking the MK political party. The Secretary General had an interview there at Newsroom Africa that I want us to shwashwata very quickly. Ladies and gentlemen, the gala dinner is around the corner. 5 weeks to go to the big day for Paseta. It's a really big day for Paseta. Remember, Paseta is not even 1 year old. We find an African footprint. We are in Liberia, we are in Angola, we are in Uganda, we are in Namibia, we are in Lesotho, we are in South Africa. We are trying our best to build these Africanized schools, the entire continent, so that every country can be able to connect with each other on a different level. We want to start our children from the school area, the school stage, with a different mindset on how to view life as a whole. We want to teach our children proper history, proper sciences, technology, and of course economics and agriculture. So that's what we are aiming to do with this, but it is not possible without your help. So each and every one of you know you've got a responsibility to donate 50 rand or more if you can to the building project of this school. We are struggling, ladies and gentlemen, with money. We need more Africans to buy into this idea of the Paseta school so that we can make everything possible. We are also doing this gala dinner in an attempt to raise more funds so that we can build the school at a faster rate, ladies and gentlemen. We want to finish the school on record time, and your help of purchasing a ticket or sending a donation can really help us to do that. Ladies and gentlemen, also let me just touch on that school in the Eastern Cape. You guys know we had identified one school in Eastern Cape, and we said we want to build flushing toilets for them. The principal is doing work. He has sent me the quotation of the material. So far, we are sitting somewhere at about, I think it's 44,000 or something like that. So I think the whole project of that school will be completed with less than 70,000 rand. That is 4 toilets for girls and 4 toilets for boys. It's a very small school, so that should be more than enough for that school. Ladies and gentlemen, let's start into this issue of the Secretary General of the MK political party having that interview at Newsroom Africa and speaking some things that we always wondered. Why is the MK not commenting properly about the US? Why is it that they are not speaking in different pockets? But now the Secretary General has commented, and this is what he said.
If we had a responsible government that knows its agenda and program, by now we should be having thorough engagements with China, with Russia, with India, with Brazil, with the United Arab Emirates, with the Islamic Republic of Iran, with the Federative Republic of Ethiopia, with the Republica Argentina and all the countries that are part of the BRIC Plus group, to say that they are producers of goods and products in South Africa who need access to different markets. And this is the quantities that they have. Let's please look into how you can absorb those goods and products into our global and bilateral trade, so that we do not have any reliance with would not have any reliance on the United States of America that treats us with disdain and disrespect, because to just mischaracterize the situation is just utter disrespect in diplomatic terms. To just mischaracterize that as genocide and as killing of people, it's absolute rubbish, which cannot be accepted. And South Africa must not act like we do need and are fully dependent on America for our sustenance and development. We are not. We can be able to establish different relationships. That is why the vision of President Jacob Zuma need to be really appreciated, because he foresaw this far much earlier when he got to join the group of countries which before he joined it used to be called BRIC and became BRICS because of South Africa's inclusion into a partnership that is much more sustainable as an alternative to the imperialist and neo-colonial world.
Okay.
So it's an option which South Africa has. Let's just have the political muscle and courage to then pursue different agenda and not be bullied by the West in a manner that it is. So we have to be bold, we need to be courageous and intensify our relationships with the global South and not be too dependent on the West.
Totally agree with what Floyd Shivambu said there. I remember the MK was being criticized because it seemed like they were mum or silent, mute about what was happening between South Africa and the US. We were starting to question, good time, the MK, where are they standing with this issue? Because of that statement, like I said in the beginning, when they said no, Donald Trump is a beacon of hope to the entire world. And you know, I'm not going to pretend as if I was not rooting for Donald Trump during his campaign for presidency. I also saw Donald Trump as a better president than Biden, to be honest. I'm just being honest with you. I was rooting that Donald Trump should be the next president of the United States. I did not foresee what was coming. I saw the signs. The signs were always there with the people that were supporting his campaign, Abu Musk and all of them. But I looked over them, to be honest with you guys. I wanted Donald Trump to be the president of America. I still think maybe he is the best option for America. Not for the entire country, but for America. And in another clip, Floyd Shivambu explains that he was seen as a person that could stop the Russian and Ukraine war. And we saw what he did to Zelensky, President Zelensky. Whew. Hey, that was cringing scenes where the president of Ukraine was handled like a small boy. In a diplomatic meeting, they even asked him why is he not wearing a suit. He should have just answered them. He said, "Hey, I'm in a war. I don't have time for wearing a suit. My country is in the middle of a war." So yes, and also you saw that Trump does not have that much problems with Putin. So that was another hope with Norman. Trump is not going to take on Putin head on. And, he's got no problem with Japan and all of those. Like with Trump coming up, it was like, there's no problems with this guy. He's just a different politician, a businessman that understands the business side of politics. And indeed, he does cut a lot of aid. Said he does not want that. Some of the things that he did to Europe and Mexico and Canada are backfiring on him. But Donald Trump, we all going into these elections, if we had to be honest, last year, we wanted Donald Trump to win. Let's be honest. We did not foresee what was going to come. So it was bad enough. It was bad enough for us as South Africa. He really kicked us in the on our backside. So, yeah, I think Floyd is correct in saying we should have started serious engagement by our president with the BRICS countries to say, guys, there is a looming threat that is coming, that South Africa and the US trading relationship might go sour, might go left. And what are we going to do with these products that is produced in South Africa and that must go overseas? And remember, when you're talking about a product being produced here and being exported to other countries, we're talking about white companies and investors who've got businesses here in South Africa. We're talking about jobs. We're talking about white companies that have monopolized our most of the manufacturing industries, and they are the ones that are going to suffer most. We are going to suffer in sense of losing jobs and everything. But when it comes to the real suffering in terms of losing billions and billions of rands, it is the same people that were running to America to go make noise there that will suffer more. That is why they don't want to leave their farms here. That's why they don't want to leave their businesses here and go and stay there with a refugee pass, you know. And Floyd Shivambu said we should not have. We should not make the US think that we are reliant on them. Like everything will go. It will be sour, but it won't be the end of the world if the US really does one on us, because we know that issue of the international court, Palestine versus Israel, is the main issue, and America still stands firm in the side of Israel, and South Africa is not going to move in the issue of Palestine. We are even going to rename Santon Drive. Hey, that's a video for another day. That's another video for another day. So we should not act like we are fully dependent on the US. We are not. That is the words of Floyd Shivambu. We should not act like we are fully dependent on them. We are not. Fully dependent is the key word there. We are somewhat dependent on American aid and everything, but fully dependent is another word. We are not fully dependent on the USA. So he also then highlights the fact that the vision of Jacob Zuma to join the BRICS is having that foresight that what's going to happen if our relationship with America goes sour. Even back then, America always wanted to be seen like the big boss, the big brother that can almost bully everyone else. So that's what is happening in terms of that. So President Jacob Zuma joined the BRICS, foreseeing that relationship, and we've got the best countries there. I mean, the countries that are joining the BRICS right now, it's going to take the BRICS to a super house when it comes to countries and trade, especially for trading. It's going to assist us very much as South Africa. So the BRICS is another option that South Africa has. We are not like Zimbabwe. People are like, you will suffer like Zimbabwe. No. No. We will never suffer like Zimbabwe. We've got giants in our team. We've got India in our team. We've got China in our team. We've got Russia in our team. We will never suffer the way Zimbabweans suffered under sanctions, because we are seeing that sanctions somehow are going to come in the very near future from the US and tenure. So he closed that short video I played by saying that we must be bold and courageous and not be dependent on the US. Being bold and courageous wants a decisive government and also understanding citizens, because the citizens will suffer more. There's so many American companies here in South Africa. If they close, if they pack their bags and go, many people, including me and you, are going to suffer for a lengthy time up until we recover. But Floyd Shivambu rightfully says in that video, in that interview, that Russia has shown us that you can fight through the sanctions, you can fight and even thrive outside the sanctions that America can pose on you. So that was a nice interview with Floyd Shivambu. I wanted to break down more of it, but in Katele, and I have to say thank you so much for everyone for the birthday wishes. I enjoyed my time. I've got an uncle of mine. In their family, it's 5 guys and 2 girls. Ne? And when we do family gathering, the Batlapping from my mother's side, the Batlapping. So the Batlapping clan, when we gather, that family, all the 5 brothers and the 2 sisters are always there. And you see them and you're like, okay, we know they are not in a perfect family. There's nothing perfect because we know there's fights there. But when you come to family gathering, family values, they come, all of them, and they sit there as if there's nothing wrong with them, you know. And so it's very inspirational. Every year we make them stand up and say, yo, guys, you guys, we respect what you guys are doing. Don't stop. So for my birthday, I had all my siblings here in Kimberley coming to celebrate my birthday with me, with my mother. My father is late, for those who don't know. So I was so humbled. Like gifts did not matter for me. There were some gifts, of course, but did not matter. Just to see my siblings there, their boyfriends and girlfriends, to see our children there, my mother there. You guys don't know. You don't know how much that means to me, because family is everything to me. Family is everything to me. So couple that with the birthday wishes that I got from you guys. Some of you have got my private numbers. Some of you send messages on the Paseta number. Some of you were kind enough to send some videos and everything. Thank you so much. It means a lot to me. I promise you, it means a lot to me, because people take time out of their busy day just to type happy birthday. So thank you so much for everyone who wished your boy happy birthday. I enjoyed it. Probably next year when we do my birthday, it will be at the site of Paseta. We will be having a nice braai there, and the school will be developing very well. That's my wish for my next birthday. Thank you so much, guys. Until we meet again, don't forget to pray. But after you pray, stand up, African child. Do your best so that God can do the rest. Peace in Pan-Africanism. I salute you.